friends, today we are going to make textured background papers for Halloween. I've been trying to think of ways that I want to do this that could be fun, and I was taking a snoozle, as one does when one can't sleep very well. Me. And I thought, okay, well, how can I make different textures on this paper? So I have gone to, obviously, this is the hospice, and they do 50% off often. So I'm sure I probably got this music paper for a lot less than $1.29. But I'm going to use those as my background papers. And what we're going to make our pattern paper on. And the rest of these should all come out lickety-split because they're the other halves of those papers. Yay me. And then this is a little bit, nope, this is the front page. And then this is a little bit heavier paper that I will probably save to do something fun with. This cover. I'm going to put this in my weird paper section. And I picked this one because it seemed pretty light in color, which is what I was looking for. The first thing I thought, okay, let's try this. And this is tape for construction. And you just put it on dry, it's called drywall tape. Sorry. I was struggling with remembering what it was. And I'm going to do different shapes here. So I'm going to make this into stripes. Relatively straight stripes. I'm not going to stress about it. But I would like them to be sort of the right direction. And it has a little bit of tack to it. It's not gooey. It's just a tiny bit of tack to it, which I assume is what would make it stick to your drywall. So that's our first texture. Drywall tape. Okay, now our second texture, but I want to do them in patterns. So this is a stripe. Now we're going to make another stripe. And I think I'm going to have to go this way for this stripe because these papers aren't very wide. But I thought I could do, and this is just old, I had bought a lot of old magazines from the 1900s. They're not dear, don't worry. And we're gonna cut them. And I shake. It's because I work with my hands all day long, either on the computer or on the in the craft room. So let's, on this one, make stripes again. And I don't think I want that huge bit of white, right? I want it to be interesting. And I think even that side is better. Let's go ahead and get our Nouveau out. It's been a minute since I've been in the craft room, so if this works, I will be super impressed. It works! Oh my gosh, Nouveau is the best glue. You don't have to mind it. It just works. All right. All right, let's scooch it over a tiny bit so we still get some of that music paper. All right, This guy seems to have another big thing on the edge. And you could use your, I have a cutter right there. If you wanted to, you could use a cutter to do this, and then you would have perfectly straight stripes, but I'm not that concerned about it. All right, let's go down below the next line of music. This has just a lot of text on it, which is fun. All right, let's do this side. And I have found that when I'm doing my collages and stuff, and I have a background that has interesting things in the back, it just makes everything seem a little bit elevated, right? It's not that you look at the backgrounds, because they're in the back, but you do get a little bit of a feeling that somebody took the time to even make the backgrounds look pretty. All right, there we go. Now this time we're gonna do squares. So I'm gonna get my little book back again, and we're gonna cut it relatively, you know, like the same size as we just did. And if you find old books and you want to treasure them, or old magazines and you want to treasure them, go ahead. But I have found that I feel like the old books would want to be used, and especially in art, rather than being eventually thrown out by my progeny, who definitely will not want a whole bunch of old books. Right? Our kids don't want anything that we've collected. Okay, so now we're gonna, this is how you can figure out what'll make a square without having measuring. You're gonna like this. You are gonna like this. So if you take this, so we're gonna take 2 of these and 1 of these, and now we know how big that needs to be, right? I know, tricky. And are they going to be perfect? No, but they're going to be pretty good. Okie doke. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time cutting these out until I find out how many I need. So if we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, we need probably 1 more set cut. Okay, here we go. Bink. Okay, and that should be the right amount of these ones. Let's see what happens. And I kind of want to get the cool ones, right? Let's put that guy over here. Do I have exactly? I am so brilliant and smart and pretty. Okay, I am going to glue down my squares. It's going to take a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we got our squares done. Oh, not that one. So what I tried to do was to rotate the text, and so we didn't get any kind of pattern. Turn that one the other way, but no bother. And while I was sitting here looking at these, I was like, okay, our next one is going to be diagonals. Did I glue my paper to my desk? I did. That is something that happens with relative frequency here at Shea Jacobson. All right, so we're going to go do diagonals with these leftover stripes. And that'll be our first one, which will kind of give us the angle that we're going to go for. There we go. Nicely done, me. And then we're going to alternate going to the top and the bottom. So that one's going to go like that. So we're going to come up to the top on this one. Make sure we're not gluing it to the pages underneath. All right. Need another one. And then for this one, we're going to come to the bottom. That's a little piece of bookbinding. There we go. Holy buckets. I got to the bottom way faster than I thought I would. So this is going to be this way. And then we're going to have this guy left over. Is he enough to... Yep, he's enough to finish that one, isn't he? Yep, if we do it that way. And then I'm keeping this one. Oh, I have the squares. Never mind. I was going to keep that one. Close enough for government work. Will these squares do it? Oh, the squares will do it. Yay, us. We used almost every little bit that we had cut into stripes. That's kind of exciting. Go as high as we can go. There we go. And I have this, so I might as well do the whole way down on this one. Okay, there we go with this. Nicely done, me. Okay, so far we haven't worked with any color, but now we're going to grab some washi tape and add something. All right, here we go. Go over there. So this is kind of a neutral one. Oh, that's perfect for Halloween. I mean, you're not going to see much of it, but let's go over towards the edge-ish. I'm trying to make it about the width of the washi tape. Okay, there's one. And then I wanted to go back the other way with washi tape. These pages are starting to get pretty glued together. There we go. Oh, these guys were hooked together. I think there's another one under there. There we go. All right, so now we are going to go the other way with a different kind of washi tape. A little skinnier. And I want to keep the interesting bits of the sheet music. This is super cheap washi tape. The Timu washi tape, I could have gotten it at Michael's in that dollar bin place. But it doesn't matter because it's just making a pattern. What do they call this? Basket weave? I think this is basket weave. And for the washi tape, we'll just flip the edges around, huh? You don't gotta cut that off. Go there. Maybe come up here. There we go. And that one's done. All right, next is, I have a whole bunch of Tim Holtz background papers. And I want to use some of them in the background. So let's real quick go through. I don't want to use any of these big papers. That would be good, huh? That's fun. I don't want black. Do I want black? Maybe I want black. All right, we want black. So we need another black one. I don't love those blacks, but let's see if we find any more black ones. I just don't like marbled paper. I don't want to waste numbers. That's a better marbled black paper. It's on the front. You always got to check because he's got cool stuff. That's fine. On here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to do, and you could do this with scrapbook paper. You could do this with whatever kind of paper. You don't got to use. Let's get one more set of Tim Holtzy papers. What other color do we want to use for fall? Those two kind of go, don't they? Let's see if we find, I like that green color. Let's see if we find another one with that green color. Mushrooms. That's more of that green color. That's fun. I just kind of like that one. I try not to cut up the ones I like. What about wood? No, too distinctive. I want a backgroundy one to stay in. Ooh, look at that. That's gorgeous. To stay in the background, not to be the foreground. This one's kind of good. That's a cigar box. I like a cigar box. We have other options. So what about that one? Too white. That one's good. I like the background. And I've just collected these over the years. These aren't all from one pack or another. This is good. I'm hoping. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, just collect the stuff and use the stuff, right? Don't be a paper hoarder. Use the stuff in your art. That's what it's for. Okay, so we have black and tan. So let's do, we got enough for two. I like this size square that it's showing. So let's go ahead and work with that. Where kind of the paper was folded up at one point in time. And this is really nice paper. It's a little bit heavier. Real estate transfer. Said indenture. If it was going to be an indentured person, it was not going in my art. But it's real estate. You never know with these old papers what was going on with them. And now I am just going to mix these up. I'm not even going to try to do like either or. Oh, there's more black. I'm going to make a checkerboard because I like checkerboards, and I'll be right back. Well, now look at this. That worked just perfectly, didn't it? I went long ways on this one and sideways on another one. All right. And we're going to do these guys, and then we're going to be done for the day. Trying to get about 3 out of this. I feel like this one's really, really wide compared to the other two, so we're just going to hack off a little bit. And we're going to do 3, 2, 3, and then on the other, yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 3 side to side, and then on the next one, we'll do 3 up and down. And I don't want prayer of thanksgiving. Oh, the wicked. The wicked I want, because this is Halloween. That'll make it not quite equidistant, but I'm fine with that to have the wicked. And then let's do this way. Is it long enough? It's not quite long enough. Let's do this. We'll think about this. What do we want to do? So we got fat, skinny, fat. Do we want to just do fat, skinny, fat? Yeah, let's just do that. Never mad at a striped background. And I'm making these to use as backgrounds for extra, I want to make gallery walls, images to sell in my Etsy shop. And so I want to have, for the ones that don't have very exciting bits on them, or what I think are exciting bits on them, I want to have like really wicked cool backgrounds on them, to make them feel really neat and fun. So here we go. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and I'll show you them all in just 1 second. Okie dokie. So we have the kind of plain striped, we have the checkered, we have the diagonal stripes, we have the drywall tape, washi tape, squares, and then the black stripes. So next week we're going to be doing collage paper on it, either Tim Holtz collage paper, or we're going to make our own tissue paper that you could use for collage. So see you next week. Hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.